So what made you want to do this?
Uh, really, I just been
Or what you do? What were you do? Or do you do something? Are you? Because I know most people that do this, they normally do something else also, like in the business. You know, they either like
now basically I had a I got this loud. Okay. Um. For firstly, I started. I had a truck. I had hot shot. Had
okay.
a hot shot. I got me a hot shot thing anyway. But I was starting at first towards myself,
Mm.
and then I like, man, let me go on ahead and switch the game. So I just got about like three people with it, and I was just like now. I was just looking at it on what's name. I was like, man, let me try see how it go,
Mm-hmm.
and see how if it go, if it don't, hey, it is what it is. But trying about the situation, and just went from there.
Yeah. Same with us. I
Yeah.
mean,
So what about y'all? How long did y'all been going on? What y'all got going on?
with the talk show,
Yeah, the talk
man,
show
that
and
just started
everything.
in January, but I've been talking about doing one for years.
Yeah.
I told one of my boys that's with me, my boy Zach. Um, I've been telling him for years that I wanted to, and see what made me want to do it. I wanted to do like the Vlad TV style, like
Mm-hmm.
not even on. I didn't even want to be on camera because I wanted to do the branding of
Right.
my logo of my brand. I
Right.
wanted that, and so the fact that people know when they see the logo and they don't know me, I love that.
That's right.
Like man, I've seen that before. That kind of thing. It's dope to me because that just means I did a good job with branding.
Right. Right.
Because I could have easily been Puff Daddy and been all in the videos,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to do that.
So what all the child got? Because I've been looking at, I've been seeing some of your stuff for this net, and some of the people that you got on there. I think y'all got a DJ. You got a DJ or something
Yeah,
this
DJ
now.
Obedient. He's
Yeah, I
our
seen
official
that.
DJ.
Yeah, y'all was.
We just did Rockfest.
Yeah, I think I
with
seen it.
CCN Network. That was through CCN Network and Rockfest 23. They I actually know the lady who owns CCN Network, so she asked me to come out, but she was working with DJ Sam, Young Sam, which is Slim Thug's DJ.
Okay.
So she asked me if I wanted to come out and be a part of it because I guess they wanted to incorporate more of the Latino, Hispanic, Mexican
that's right.
movement, and so when I reached out to my DJ, Sam had already told him about it because they did a show about a year or two ago together, and he reached out to my DJ. He beat me to it really. My DJ was like, "Oh, Sam just asked me to do it." I'm like, "Oh, well, bet. Like, we're gonna be there too." Like I hosted for about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. Brought a group out to perform.
Mhm.
They did their thing, and but I knew a lot of those people too. DJ Too Deep, Young
Yeah.
Martez. Um, God, I can't even remember. But I knew a lot of people up there already as it was anyway, so it was cool. But that's the one thing that I think helps me get me to where I'm at. Yes, I am them that Mexicans, but I fuck with the black, the white. They fuck with me.
Right.
They
Right.
accept
Right.
me. I'm in those. My boy, who matter of fact, this is his clothing brand, Sneak Apparel. Um, I'm not wearing a hat. Damn, I would have wore the shades, but I don't like wearing shades indoors. It makes me feel kind of weird.
Weird.
But I know some people love doing that, but
Right.
I just and I should have because I got these bags under my eyes. I did an interview in Dallas, and they're like, "Man, you can see your bags." I'm like, "I'm just tired, man."
Yeah. So you be everywhere because I seen one thing. I think y'all was in San Antonio or Austin.
Yeah, we just came back from San Antonio at the end of March. We were over there, like the 25th, 24th, 25th. We went. A friend of mine, Cuban Diva, she's a singer. She's an artist. They have their own talk show too called Hip Hop Live Show. It's every other Wednesday.
Okay.
And I was just there with them Wednesday. We had Little Flip, Wino, Hefe Wine, New Wine. We were up there with them, and that was pretty dope. So they bring artists like they were one of the first ones to expose Mexican OT. Like when he first started, he did their show, and then he kind of blew up like after that. Yeah.
So went to the point that y'all done started there. So you just like, what I'm finna try to do this. or let's just boom, just give me a DJ or get everything, or your DJ was already just doing, he was already doing something.
Yeah, he was already DJing. Like he actually was. So the guy, the producer of our talk show, his name is Adrian Angelo. He was an artist
Oh,
for
okay, I
like
got
20 years. He just retired last year. Actually, he put out his last album and just said, "I'm done."
you.
He even went on an interview with J Vaz and said that he wanted to get into production and
Right.
behind the scenes. And lo and behold, a year later, he was doing the production on our talk
Right.
show, and doing all that. So it's a lot of speaking into an existence and manifesting things, because a lot of things we say have said in the past. I have screenshots of Facebook posts where I said I wanted to do this 6-8 years ago,
Right.
and they come up in the memories, and then I screenshot and I show them, like, look, I told y'all, I said I was gonna do this, and then here we are.
Yeah, but everybody that's asked me about it. It ain't a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
that's really doing it like you really, really know.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about like 97.9, and all them, this is now and do it. But a different person that want to try
Mm-hmm.
and try to get everybody going on, and try to get everybody helping all these,
Yeah.
these rappers that's coming up, and this is now on these little rappers. And that's what I fit in for, because I know a few of the young ones and the older rappers. But it's really hard to get to
Yeah.
the older rappers than the new ones. What's going on now?
We had the same problem. Like, I think that's all across the board, whether you're black, white, or brown. The divide between the top and the bottom is so deep and so wide that you want to try to create that platform for them. Like, that's why we did it. Like, we were really about the underground. We were really about the ones that's really trying to come up and really want to do something. That's why we started doing our own events too. And we have an event once a year called Embrace the Culture, and it's all underground. It's all the guys that from the underground that got a strong. That I feel like, man, these guys are talented. They just need a chance,
Right.
and not being charged. I don't charge them to perform.
Yeah.
Everywhere else you go, they taxing, man.
They're taxing.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it's like that. This is now, these rappers that's going up, now the older rapper, I ain't talking about the new ones,
Yeah.
but to get these little youngsters to try to get on their level, y'all that's taxing for this and this is now. Dude, when you came and asked a couple of rappers, it was a problem toward them, or how it went toward them. Because I seen you with Flip and you with Lil Kiki and, and all that situation. Was it a problem that hard getting to that point?
No, see, all that comes from connections, man. All that just comes from the networking that I do. People that I rock with will be like, "Hey, man, come to this thing. So and so's gonna be here," and it'll be like, because they know, for one, I'm a solid dude. They know that what I'm doing, I got a movement that I'm doing, so it helps a part of that, to be in the mix with those kind of people. So having good people like them, like I say, Cuban Diva and DJ 2D, people like at the CCN network that put me in those positions to be around these people.
Right.
It's dope. Like, it's dope to have that, because that's not accessible to just everybody. It ain't. It don't matter who you are, but it's who you know.
Okay, that's good. That's it.
Yeah.
So when y'all do, like, I think you told me that y'all do like toy things and everything. So that's one side of a year, or how y'all do y'all stuff like that?
The plan this year is to do a little bit more on the on the philanthropy, on the giving back side, is to do more. We're gonna do the toy drive again,
right?
And then we want to do some where we hand out blankets and stuff to the homeless,
right.
Because it can get cold within that January, February year. So we were supposed to actually put something together for that, but it kind of came last minute, and then the holidays kind of. Then I was prepping for the talk show, the launch of the talk show, so it was just way too much going on. But now that I know I want to do that, now it's like, okay, now we can tackle that this year and plan ahead.
But you think you can get somebody into that, or you feel like you can do it by yourself with kind like that?
What do you mean?
Like, about your toy that they need blankets, or
we have
how this go.
One thing that for sure I'm blessed with is a great team, man. We got a great
that's good
group of people that, this is artists, vendors, and they're just overall good people who just want to help. They see the vision, they see the movement, and they want to be a part of that. So when you have that and you get with someone else, like for our first toy drive, we linked up with Urban Goods. They're a shoe store in the north side. They opened their doors. They said, man, you can have the event here. And then We started posting it. When I tell you how blessed we had a company out of California called Savvy Tiger. They donated 2 boxes of toys. They shipped them from California to us. I didn't know them. I still don't know them. We've never met in person. We've talked online, through the gram, and I was like, man, that ain't nothing but God doing that, man.
Right.
Oak Farm, shout out to my boy Octavio. He works for Oak Farm. They donated 2 boxes of toys. And then just like I said, a gang of people, man. My boy Zilla Fatu, he's related to the Usos and Roman Reigns and The Rock and that group of wrestlers.
Right.
And he's gonna be one of the next. He came out to the toy drive and and shook hands and we like I said we have a great network, man, a great group of people that definitely want to see us win, and they'll help out. So if I think like, man, if that first one was that big, I could imagine what this year gonna be.
Right,
we didn't grow from in a few short months.
Right. Yeah, because you said y'all did in January. Yeah, that's about like what, 5 months?
Well, no, we did it December. It was December 10th.
December?
Yeah, we did the toy drive. So I mean, it's only been 5 months.
5 months, right?
Yeah.
That's good. Everybody just locked in and trying to get y'all where y'all want to be at, or this and that. So what else you really got going on now? This is now your next move. What's your next move that you trying to do?
So what's the next move? I mean, really, is to continue furthering the brand by doing shows like these, by going out and promoting what we got going on. I was just notified today we won Best Media Personality at Broadcast Houston. So the awards is April 23rd. Yeah, we got first in that, and then we came in third place in Best Talk Show. So yeah, and there was a lot of them up there, man. Some friends of mine too, the J-Vaz show, Detrás del Micrófono, who I'm actually doing their show on Wednesday. Who else? Donnie Houston was in one of those groups, and I love watching Donnie Houston's podcast.
Right.
Like he's had some dope people on dope episodes. So I mean, it's an honor to even for people to go on there and vote. Like that just shows people really just rock with you.
Right. That's what it be like. Yeah.
And then just preparing for we'll be in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in June 8th through the 10th. I'm doing the Pura Cultura podcast, which means for the culture, nothing but the culture podcast with those guys. I didn't even know there was I guess Mexicans are everywhere, man, because I didn't know that they had like a
say,
big
how
movement.
How you end up way to that far, and this is them that you got to go down there now.
We followed each other on Instagram maybe about a year or two ago, or so, maybe longer. I don't remember, but I just know they were promoting, Latinos and things like that. So I was like, oh man, this is dope. Let me check them out, and so then they would tell me how they're like, man, we fuck with you tough, bro. This and that. I'm like, man, well, maybe I need to come out there and do an interview. And they were like, yeah, like if you come out here, let us know. We got you. And I was like, okay. Well, you know what? Let me plan a trip. And next thing you know, I booked my plane ticket. I said, look, I'll be there these 3 days, 8 through 10. He's like, bet. So we're locked in, and I'm excited about that. So to be outside of the state,
out of the state, your first time, really.
Yeah, for
get
sure.
yourself started about Dallas. So you be going to like Dallas and to San Antonio and all that.
I got Florida and Cali that want us to come out there already too. So I just got a plan for that. That's the goal, man. Is just to take the name and the brand across the country, and then eventually worldwide. Which we have fans in Canada. We have. I think we have a few viewers from the UK as well that I seen not too long ago. So I was like, man, it's very humbling, man.
So what all the move that you making, like California, this is now one. So it's just like networking from Facebook, Instagram, this and all that. This now, and everybody got y'all locked in. This is now.
Yeah. So the Florida connection comes from these two guys. In My Own Lane, they're artists. In My Own Lane and Money Fiend Lalo. I met him when I was first getting back into the music and the entertainment industry. He had reached out, seen the merch. He said, "Hey man, send me a couple of shirts. I wear it in my video, and I got a interview I'm doing next week or whatever." And I was like, "I don't even know who this guy is." He just like reached out, and I was like, "Okay." Something was like, "Yeah, you know what? Okay, that's cool." I shot him the shirts. Next thing you know, he did what he said, wore him in his video, tagged me, you know. And then he introduced me to his guy, which is Money Fiend Lalo. Now he's kind of blown up. They've been to Cali. They inspired the traveling for me because they came to Texas 2 years ago, and I put them on an event. They performed, and they came and showed love, you know. And they networked with a lot of other artists that I put them in touch with out here. And they were like, "Hey, look, whenever you want to come to Florida, we got you." I'm like, "Say less."
Yeah, but so you just got you just locked in basically, and you just helping everybody out.
Yeah,
and that's what it's going. But people help people out regardless anyway. Like, let's say for instance, if I called you and like, man, so I need this, no, you know, that's good business towards everybody. Then you just helping everybody out.
See, I always and I always say this, that I always strive for a win-win. Like, how can we both win?
Yeah,
you know, like if I feel like I'm not gonna really get nothing out of it, but you are, then chances are I may not really do it or be too motivated to do it. But if you come to me with a better solution or a better not problem, but a better, you know, equation where we can both win.
Yeah, right.
Then yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it,
because you helping me by giving me some content. Like I can share this interview with people and people will see it, and in return, you'll get followers. You'll get people that now will tune into your show, be like, oh man, I like, you know, what he's got going on and whatnot. So or more followers or whatever the case might be. You know, it could be something as simple as that.
Just helping everybody. Really helping both of us in the situation. What you got going on, the next person got going on, whatever going on. So y'all do toy driving. Y'all doing stuff to Dallas. So what's in Dallas? So what y'all be going toward Dallas?
So we went to Dallas. So one of our brand ambassadors, her name is Chana Lee. She's a DJ. They have a show on Wednesdays called We Lit Wednesdays. It's on the KNON app.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. It's every Wednesday from 4 to 6. So anyway, I sent her some gear. She took pictures in it, you know, tags us, you know. So she's repping for us in Dallas. So she did a show out there called The Canceled Show. So I was like, man, I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just go. So I reached out to them. They're like, yeah, bro, if you want to come out here, they're like, we'll interview you. I'm like, man, say less. So I did that. So then when I was out there, I reached out to another guy. His name, his podcast is called The Global Latin Factor. So I said, hey, bro, when do you do your episode? Like, I'm coming to Dallas. We really went for a day and then came right back. So he was able to fit me in before the other show, the Canceled.
Okay.
So I did 2 interviews back to back.
Yeah,
so I did his first and then the Canceled, and then we just came back. But from that, he gained a lot more followers. He, like, on my page, we did the, you know, where we collab on a video. Like, he posted a video, like some of the reels that we posted have done some good numbers. It's been shared a lot. So it was dope. You know, it was a great experience. You know, but like I said, it's just to bring my audience to theirs,
right? And
then in tune that their audience will reach out and be like, oh, man, I like what their movement is about and what they got going on.
So the move that you make, so you by yourself, or you just got a couple people that ride with you, or you just
we got, man,
yeah.
We got a full team, but like when we go on the road, it's consistently the first 2 trips that we took in, we had my boy Dead Sensu, Kika baby, their artist. He raps, she sings. Who else went with this? My videographer, man. He was gonna come with me, man, so he can kind of film some stuff. But it's his birthday today, so shout out to my dog Trap Vision Films.
Yeah, he gonna have to come back. You have to come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and bring him, man. Yeah. But he told me he would come too, and this was yesterday. We had the conversation. And I was like, and then today, last night, I was like, oh, damn, it's his birthday. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother him, man. He probably having fun doing, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't even bother reaching out. So I was like, nah, I'm you know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, okay, I seen him with this, now. So I'm just trying to see what move that you making, or who are with you, the team with you. You know, people be having about like a whole team with you, about 5 or 6 people. That's riding with you, or this now.
Yeah, so like I said, when we travel, I usually open it up to the whole team. You know, like, hey, whoever wants to go,
let's go.
We go, and we're gonna go up there deep, and you know, so it just depends on their schedules and whatnot, and then they can either meet. You know, like San Antonio, it was all of them plus Angie, who was she was a co-host on the talk show. who else went with us? And then Adrian Angelo and his fiance rode. Well, they didn't ride with us, but they took their car and they met us up there. And then we met up with Cuban Diva and her. So we were out there deep. We were out there 10 deep. And then we know people in San Antonio.
Right.
So we just met up with them, and then we had a good time, man. We were able to interviews and just network and go to different avenues and meet people and just, like I said, network.
But you didn't. So when y'all do that, when y'all podcast this and that one, y'all go over the. Y'all, I mean, there's like say for y'all go to Dallas, y'all get y'all a hotel or y'all can have y'all own thing. Do y'all have y'all did that yet?
So in Dallas we didn't because we went did the interviews and came back. Well, we went out to eat after and then we came and we just shot right back to the H. So it was like a
quick yeah.
So when we were going to San Antonio, I was like, I can't do that anymore, man. I'm like, I'm getting too old, to do the back and forth, especially if I got to drive.
Right.
But I didn't drive back from Dallas. So San Antonio, we got an Airbnb.
Right.
It was up to 10 people, really nice.
Right.
And we just we all stayed, I think it was like 3 or 4 bedrooms plus the living room, and it was dope, man. I had a friend of mine, Eva, and she lives in San Antonio. She came and cooked for us. We had some drinks, we ate, we played games, watched movies, just chilled, and then the next day handled business. Then we came right back, that same night, Saturday night, we came back.
So y'all next, you just said y'all finna get a new building or somewhere. Y'all trying to get like a bigger building or y'all just trying to get it or y'all trying to do
the next move is to eventually have our own studio where we one room will be the podcast room. One room artists can go record and make music.
Right.
Another room people can go and do photo shoots, whatever they need.
Right.
So eventually that's the goal is to have a operation going 24/7.
Right.
We can even rent out like you can probably rent out this space, type of thing. If we had something like this, I would be like, hey, well look, as long as it ain't a day when we do the show,
right?
Any other days available, you can we'll rent it out to other people because I know a gang of people that want that they do want to do what we do, the podcast, the talk shows. They don't know how to go about it. So I want to be like, man, just do it. That's all. It's really all it is. Like people ask me like about the talk show, and I'm like, man, what made you want to do it? I said, I just wanted to do it, and I did it.
Yeah.
So,
but see, it's you got to learn to do. If you feel like what you want to do, you just got to go for it, man. You can, everybody gonna win, everybody gonna lose, but you keep going for it. Just going for it, and just don't quit right then and now.
Yeah.
Man, give you time, and everybody not gonna be here every day with you, man.
Man, I wish more people understood that, man, because we've only been doing it, a few months, and I've already had a lot of changes, a lot of, disagreements about certain things. I'm like, man, we have and I said from the beginning, like, man, let's give it a year and see where it goes, and then we can decide, like, do we want to stick with it? Do we want to, because at the end of the day, my vision is my vision for it, and I'm not gonna really change it for no one because I feel like I haven't been wrong yet, and based on the moves I've made and the success I've had, I haven't.
Yeah, it's all right for right now.
Yeah, it's all right for right now. Let me be wrong first, and then we can maybe switch up. But I mean, not everybody feels that way, and that's fine too.
Right.
People can, I let people walk away. Like if people want to leave, I tell people all the time, like that's fine. Many blessings to you. Right. It's not gonna stop what I'm doing. So,
but see, my wife said that too, though. I'm like, man, let me see how to go by like a year and get this going. Yeah. But it depends on who just like you said, who or people can really help you out, or friends, or this and that one, just to get you where you at. This and that one.
Yeah.
And I mean that's basically all it is. But y'all good, y'all. It seems like y'all been doing about 5 or 6 months now, so it always gonna get better.
Yeah. I mean, I've had the brand for 13 years, and then it went like idle, where we didn't do anything I didn't do anything with it because I relied on other people for it to happen. I always wanted to stay behind the scenes, and then about 3 years ago, I quit my job after like 14 years. I was like, man, I want to do something, and I was like, I'm just gonna invest in myself and create. I had this already. I just didn't know what to do with it yet.
Right.
So you know what? I'm just gonna do a merch line. I did a couple of shirts, and they sold pretty quickly, man. From Cali to Florida. Like I said, Florida. Guys in Florida. I want to say Arizona, Chicago. A few places plus here. Then it just blew up. Just constant. Now we got hoodies, hats, beanies, tote bags, different designs. The website will be coming soon. It'll just make it easier where people can just go and purchase from there. So yeah, it's definitely been a journey and a process, and we're not even close to, I think, hitting our high point, our peak or whatever. But I'm just so in love with the journey. Right. Whereas even the bad, right? Even the shit that didn't really go the way I thought it would, or the people that I thought I was gonna build this with ain't around no more. Right. I love all of that, man. It just teaches me. It just continues to teach me and show me something different. Right. Like, okay, what do I learn from this?
Right. So. Because see, people be feeling like it's everything is not about the money. No. See that's what it is,
man.
Because I forgot what bro, what's the name, and I think not what Dr. Dre said about like that. When you just not finna get in the game and just really get this money.
Yeah,
it's gonna take you years, probably 2 or 3 years, really to see the money that you thinking that it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, that it's gonna come in your pocket and your wallet. Then you can try to break bread with the people that you want to. But see, everybody don't have it how everybody else have it though, because they want the money. They worry about the money that you doing this and you doing that.
The problem with that is that they see short term.
Right.
They don't see the end result. They don't see the end game.
Right.
And my boy Adrian would say this, like, man, if people don't think that you're not gonna break bread and take care of these people when it do come. Like, I don't want to fight over crumbs and pennies. Mm-hmm. Man, let's get the bag first. When we get the bag, we gonna chop that up, and and everybody's gonna eat.
Everybody's gonna eat, right?
But unfortunately, it's not like that, man. Like, some people, they don't want to wait.
What is like that with you when you first started? Like, how many teams that you was with that you don't have?
Man, now? I just had this conversation with my graphic designer, my boy Hardcore. Mm-hmm. Right, I was telling him, I said, bro, because he just joined the team like late last year, which was he was definitely needed. I needed an in-house graphic designer.
Right,
he's been a blessing. But I was telling him, I was like, bro, before you came on board, you should have seen that the team has changed so much, and it's going to continue to change.
Yeah.
But I would always say that I it was an artist I used to work with, I used to manage, and I told him, I was like, hey, bro, by this time next year, there's people that aren't going to be around anymore. And he was actually the first one to not be around. Really? Which is very ironic, but I mean, it's just like that. You never know who you can depend and trust on, or who's not going to switch up, type of thing. Because in the beginning, everything's usually good. You're like-minded. You see, they see the vision as you do, and they want in. But I think when things don't go the way they want or they expected it to, then their loyalty changes, and that happens though. So you try not to get too emotionally attached to people you do business with.
Right.
So treat it like a business.
Yeah.
I mean, be cool, be fair. Man. We can still be cool. If you choose not to do business with me, I'm okay with that. As long as we're still cool, I don't want to sever the relationship.
Right. That's just life, right?
Yeah.
So you've been doing that one towards them people, and now that y'all going to Dallas and this is that one. So when the next time that y'all gonna have in the Houston area or got going on?
Man, that's a great question. Actually, the young lady Angie I was talking about, she just had her event. We sponsored that event on Saturday. It was the candy drip competition. It was like 13 vendors.
That was like the last week.
It was just this past Saturday.
Yeah, I think you put it on your.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So we had like 13 people from San Antonio and all across the state of Texas that came down to compete in a chamoy festival. The Mexican candy. Right. You had a lot of people that came out. So it was, and then they had vendors that was selling stuff. So it was a good turnout. And we sponsored like 24 tote bags. So the first 24 people that bought tickets got a bag with goodies on it, in it. Okay. So it was her third year doing it, and it's a good event. I'm actually proud of what she's accomplished with that, because and I think anybody that's doing something that's positive and that's promoting unity, I'm for it. Whether I benefit from it or not, if I can help out, I will.
So it ain't about it. It ain't about it. that you got to benefit from. If you could just like, say, man, we having something. If I call say we having something on by the Astrodome or something there, and it pull up, it ain't about no money situation. I'm just there.
If I look, what I tell people is, if I can be there, believe me, I will be there because my schedule is very busy and it's hard, and I got a family as well. So I got to balance that out is one of the hardest things that one can do, and it's not something that's easily done because you gotta, it's hard finding balance. Right. In life in general, but especially with family and trying to run a business, and so yeah.
So y'all family. So the next one. So you said the next one that y'all have. When the next one that y'all have, or you don't know yet?
We're having. So my big event is called Embrace the Culture. That's not until September.
Okay.
Yeah. So for right now, it's crazy, man. Because I was saying this last year that for the first half of the year was gonna be promoting the brand, and which meant traveling. Right. And then Dallas came, then San Antonio. We were supposed to go to Austin Thursday, but I don't think I'm gonna end up making it. But I can go back anytime. But then we got and then we got Minneapolis in June.
Right.
But all that is to promote for the event, the big event in September, man. I got artists from everywhere that want to come to Houston and come perform. They know Houston is a big music place, so
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for September that y'all gonna? What are you having, or y'all gonna have it at the location, or how that's gonna go?
That's where I'm still on the location part. We've done it different every year. I would love to do it back where I did it last year.
What was that?
That was at the Splat Houston. It's on Hempstead Road in the 290 Hempstead area.
Okay, yeah, back that side. Okay.
Actually, that's where the Candy Drip competition was. I actually met that guy because of her, because we were supposed to do ours last year at another location at 45 Creations, and then that didn't happen, so we had to move somewhere. So she asked that guy, "Can we do it here?" And it worked out. It's a big space. So this year, the way I always do it, I have artists and I have vendors. I'll have. Last year we had 31 vendors, 20 plus artists that came and performed, and it was a great turnout. We had a bunch of people come out, so I was really proud of that, because every year that we've done it, it's I want to say it's damn near doubled each time.
Right, getting
that
more
we've
people,
done it, and that we want to keep that momentum going. So yeah, we'll have artists perform. We'll have, like I said, different types of vendors that sell candy, micheladas, food. Jewelry, whatever it's a mix of a pop-up and a concert.
Right. Okay, I got you. Right.
Yeah, it's a good mix of both, and we have we'll have DJ Obedient in the mix, and he's so dope. So yeah, man, that's what we're looking forward to. Just kind of going with that. It'll be our fourth one, so we want to continue to do that. I'm lying. We're also supposed to be doing a seminar called Embrace the Knowledge Seminar. And that's going to be free to anybody that wants to come get free game, whether it's artists want to know about publishing, distribution, artwork, production, royalties, things like that. Right. Things that a lot of them don't know. Like, a lot of them just jump in the music game and don't know anything. Like, are you with ASCAP or BMI? I don't know.
You're going to lose you.
I'm not with nobody. Like, nah, man, you telling people to go listen to music, but you're not even making no money off it, because you're not even signed to know your distribution deals and things like that. Even paying events and what events to stay away from, or that type of thing, marketing, promoting. So yeah, we're that was supposed to have been in May, but we're kind of backtrack on that. So we'll probably end up pushing it to sometime.
So y'all doing stuff. So you doing stuff like that one, like promoting stuff or getting something up off there. You got somebody that's with you that you gotta pay. That's doing stuff
for the seminar.
Yeah, the seminars and everything that you're doing, that y'all get to build in, or how that's going.
Man, yeah, we're blessed to the point where, like, when we talk to people, they just like, man, come do it here, or we got you, whatever you need, we got you. Like, very rarely have we had to pay for anything, which is good. And I'm not saying I don't mind. I don't mind having to pay if I need to.
Right.
But I mean, ain't nothing better than free,
Right, I'll jump. Yeah.
But yeah. But I mean, like, again, but that goes back to being a win-win.
Right.
If you open your business to us, we bring people to your business. People will be there. Like when we did it at Urban Goods, it was a shoe store.
Right.
And people bought shoes. People came to donate toys, but then when they're like, let me go, we had to drop off the toys inside. So they go inside and say, oh man, wait, he got the Yeezys and he got
all that in, right.
The J's and whatever. And let me go get me this and give me, while I'm here. They sold a lot of the Swisher House stuff, so man, it's just blessed to have a great network.
So y'all with the Swisher House and y'all got, with everything with that, or you put, that, you know what I'm saying?
Man, we're locked in with a lot of people, man. Like, like Urban Goods, they're locked in with, Michael Watts. And,
right.
AD Green. And I met AD Green there at Urban Goods, and since then we've been, locked in. And he's got a place off of 249. I think it's called H-Town Bar and Grill. He's been wanting me to come out there and do some kind of event, something, out there with them, and I'm like, okay, let me. Because I don't really do events like that, so I try not to. Yeah, I'm kind of like, man, I got to figure out what I want to do because I'm just so busy that it's hard for me to do events. But if not, I would try to have one every month if I could. But that's hard. Yeah, it's hard planning an event.
Right. I'll jump. Right. But that's good though. See, 6 months of this now, and y'all doing good for that long. Yeah. And y'all got the kid thing going on. That's like that's around Christmas time with the toy drive thing. This and that one.
Yeah, that's when we did it. Last year we did it December 10th. So it was early. It was a couple weeks before Christmas. Okay. I couldn't even tell you how many toys. It was.
And where you say that y'all had?
It was at Urban Goods.
Oh, Urban Goods. Okay.
Yeah, they unfortunately, man, right after the New Year, so we had the toy drive, then the Christmas, then the New Year's, and then right after the Christmas, they broke in and cleaned them out, which sucks, man. I hated that for them because shout out to my boy Marty, the owner of Urban Goods, his brother Lou, Squeaky P, he's a comedian, one of their brothers as well. They got a good thing going over there, and they gave back to the community a lot. They feed the homeless all the time. They do, matter of fact, we helped them with the back to school. They gave out like 250 to 300 pairs of shoes to the community. Like there was a line down Quitman Street for 2 blocks maybe. The people were lined up at least 2 hours before the show was supposed to start.
Yeah.
We handled the music part. We brought artists from all over to perform. So Highway Yellow from Swisher House, came to perform. GT Garza, Young Easy, some of the bigger names that from the city, and then plus a lot of the local artists that we're locked in with, and we put on a great show for them.
But can somebody else get in with y'all, or that we just? That somebody just gotta. Oh, let me get in on this, or let me help you out. Or let me put my team on. Let me get some people to come in. Would that be a problem with anybody that's called you or DM'd you and say, man, let me get on with that problem?
Nope. I get people all the time that, want to lock in on some things, and I'm like, let's do it, and as long as it makes sense for the both of us.
For both of us, you just said that, right.
As long as it's not like, I feel like you trying to run game, because I know for the most part when someone's trying to run game.
Right.
As long as it ain't that type of deal, then, man, shoot. Especially if it's anything community-wise, man, let's do, hey, I'm with community all day. I've coached baseball and softball kids in the north side for the last 15, 16 years, from little league to the high school
right.
level. So no one can tell me I'm not about the community or the hood, because that's where I grew up at, the north side, north central area. But yeah, man, people tap in all the time and want to work with me, man. And man, look, my door is open to anybody who wants to do something positive, and like I said, we can gain from each other.
Right.
I don't mind opening doors for others as long as it's returned. And if it's not, I'll be like, okay, it's cool.
So it just like your side. So it just like your area, just your north side area. Or you just like
we everywhere. But we'll go wherever we're needed. Wherever we can do something
to do something. Right.
We'll go there and do it if there. I'm just more familiar with the north side, right. I know I can kind of maneuver out there because I know I can talk to or I know somebody that knows somebody that can maybe get me in the door.
Get you right.
But if another opportunity comes up to go to the south side or go to the west side or the east side, I'm all ears. Let's do it. All they got to do is hit the DM. Like that's the one thing about me. I'm very accessible. You can reach me. If you want my number, DM me, ask you, hey, what's your number, bro? I can call you, or the DM works. It works the same.
Right.
You know, so the whole I can't get a hold of them. That's not true. Like that's not true.
But see, that's how it was. Just like when I had So Young there and I had talks. I mean, this is that one. I was like, man, let me see, because people you'll be on your phone, you will see the DM,
Yeah.
and the people just go straight through it and just like don't understand. It's about learning first. You don't know what this man probably say or this woman might say,
Yeah.
and all you can do is just try
Yeah.
for it. Don't even just look at him DM'd you and just go to the next one. Have you a person like that when you first just jumped and just did this for 4 years, this and that one?
I've actually reached out to people that I personally know that have done my events, and they've left me on red, and I'm just like, oh, and I'm kind of like, damn, like it's like that. Like but one thing I don't do, I'm not gonna chase behind somebody.
Right.
If you don't want to rock with me, cool. Hey man, go and do your thing. I got 1,000,001 things that I'm doing, so I'm not, and it's not that, man, it's hard to say that I don't care, but I kind of don't care.
Right.
That makes sense. I got too much going on to worry about if someone don't want to rock with me. It just is what it is. I don't take it personally. I just keep it moving. But yeah, I get people that hit me up, and I had this conversation on the Global Latin Factor podcast, and he created like a reel on it, and it's got a lot of views because of how I tell people when they inbox me, especially really it's like a lot of artists, right? They'll be like, "Hey, bro, check out my music. Check, go on and tag or like, comment and like and share it." And I'm like, bro, one, you don't follow me. 2, I don't know you. And it's like 3, that's no way to approach it. Even if it's through DM, that's no way of like hitting me up
like that.
I look at it, I'll make sure that on their end it says that I read it, and I don't even reply. Like, come correct, like all that, like you telling me to do this. Like, I don't know, I don't want to, man. I get that all day, every day, man.
But how many people that you got that rapping with you?
That's with me.
Yeah, they signed with you though. I mean, I don't know if they signed with you, but they riding with you.
We actually have had talks about starting an actual record label. Like that'd be like another division of what we got going on. But we've had artists that we've worked with that like Houston's own MC. He's a young Hispanic artist out of the same hood for that.
Right.
He's putting out some music. Dead Sensu, his camp, Kika Baby, she sings. They got a crew called Dead Forever. We actually are working. I actually have a meeting tomorrow with him. Shout out to Amazing Ike. He's from Trinity Garden. He young singer, rapper,
Spanish?
English, Spanish. Can kind of do it all, and he's been around the team lately. The last couple of months, he's kind of been new to the team, but a lot of people in my circle are big on him right now. Like we think it's like, nah, he's got something. I'm like, yeah, like I know it. I feel it that way. So we'll see how that works.
So who is like? I mean, the child coming up now. Hispanic rappers coming up now. And they did, I done heard a few of them myself.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see, like, in Houston, what I'm saying, how would they just sign, like, let's say this, I'm not even saying like Swisher House and Rap A Lot. What label can put in towards this really listening to them Hispanics out that's going on now?
My theory on all that is that as an artist, you got to create a demand. Create you gotta want people to hear your music.
To hear, okay, all right.
Not you spamming everybody on your Instagram and telling them listen to it, because 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna listen.
You're not gonna listen to it, right?
If we just keeping it a buck. But when you create your own demand, like you're out there, you're promoting on the gram, you even pay for someone to shoot your video and do it right, not your homeboy who has a phone. When there's nothing wrong with a phone, because I've seen some damn good videos with a phone. My guy Adrian Angelo, he shot one of his own videos with his phone, iPhone 13. And if he didn't tell me that he did it with his phone, I would not have believed it. But yeah, paying for good artwork, things like that. People, things that's gonna make you stand out. Go to events, even if you're not performing. Go shake hands and hey, I'm so and so, man. If you get a chance, man, let's follow each other. Check out my music if you like what create content.
So you think that's the best thing? That's the best thing. That's if you know that.
Make them come.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You want the label to be like, damn, who is that? I see him everywhere.
Right.
I need to find out who he is, so they go look him up. Man, the music's good, and he's promoting, and he's investing in himself. Because a lot of people don't want to invest in themselves.
Right.
It's like somebody said the other day to me. They were like, dudes will go spend racks on chains and rings, but don't want to pay for a video or don't want to pay for studio time or artwork. They want it for free. What part of the game is that? Don't make sense to me.
But people don't understand that the money gonna come regardless about it. Go on, spend the money, and make sure what you got going on, and then it's gonna come though.
See, when I book my artists from my events, right, I tell them like, I can't pay you.
Do I say? Do I out there for to say that? Do you pay people for that?
I can read your mind. Look. Look, I wish I could, right? Because I think everybody who I book, for the most part, is worthy of getting paid, but the avenue to pay is not there. I can't pay them, not yet at least. Mm-hmm. So what I do offer in return is like, hey, come set up a table, set up your merchandise. If the people like you, they will go buy your merch. Mm-hmm. Or if they just say, man, let me go support. Because I get people that come to my events and they'll literally go and buy from damn near every vendor that's there. Right. So you can make you a little money to come perform. You come, give me 10, 15 minutes, and then you got a table all day you can set up. A lot of artists don't even have merch. They won't even invest to put out a T-shirt with their name on it or something. Mm-hmm. That ain't my fault. I always tell them you gotta. I learned that from Master P. Man, P would always say, man, you gotta have product. You gotta have something, man. He always had cereals and chips and
everything going on.
Yeah, shirts and merch. He had a clothing line at one point. The shoes. Nah, man, come set up, man. Set up a table, make you some money.
Right. It might win, and it's not anyway, but it's gonna come regardless about the situation with it. It's just like now toward myself. I done got a bunch of shirts, and I ain't just really, really finished with them yet. Just like my hats and everything, this and that. I ain't even finished with it yet. So, but I know by the end of this month that I'm gonna have everything. That this is them. So whatever I feel like that I'm having something there this now, I'm getting me a table, I'm about there, this boom boom, and then try to get it going on this now. That's how y'all started with y'all too, though.
Like for the toy drive, I didn't. The vendors, nobody had to pay anything. I said, man, look, just bring some toys, but it's not even mandatory. If you can, donate some toys to the drive. If not, just come pull up anyway. So you leaving making a profit, even if you don't bring no toys, you still will walk away making some kind of money off of whatever because it's a toy drive, man. It's like it's that time where we give back all year long. We steady trying to make money some kind of way. We steady hustling. We can at some point give back now. Yeah, we don't have. And it ain't even, like you said earlier. It ain't about the money. It's never really been about the money. Mm-hmm. It's about creating that freedom to have the schedule that you want, to do things when you want. Now for my events, man, I've been told by other vendors, man, you price is too cheap. Like you need to charge more. Like I've paid way more for way less of an event where nobody came to them, where just the vendors would buy from each other. And I'm like, damn, like I just. And no, but I mean, each event, every event I've had, the price has gone up. But I mean, only because I see the crowd is growing. So
it's growing. Right, you got to.
So
I
got to keep up with the times.
You got to keep going on with it.
So yeah. But I mean, I try my best to also show love. But I also know, my boy Ro, he always tells me, he's like, nah, fuck love, bro, because you got to get your money. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm long term with it. Like what we talked about earlier. Like I see the end game.
It's gonna come.
It's gonna come eventually. Like do it because you love it.
Right.
Because if you do it for the money, you're willing to sell out at any price. Mm-hmm. When money is involved, you're willing to do almost anything for that bag. Mm-hmm. The man tell you, hey man, I'll give you this much to leave them and come here.
Right.
And they're gone, man. Because it's all about the money for them. There's no loyalty.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's how it is. And me, the way I grew up, my conscience, I can't. I'm not selling out for no bag, bro. Like
you not this time that you
my
can't do.
character and all that mean way. My integrity and all that mean it mean more to me than anything, man. So I like. Yeah, the money will come. I'm gonna get that regardless. Another way, it may not be through this, but I'm gonna get it. Eventually, this will pay me, and then I can be like, okay.
So have you been with the radio situation, or y'all ever? I mean, mess with them 97.9 or 93.7?
Yeah, they act 97.9 actually started following us earlier this year. I think. I think it was like right before we started the talk show. I think they seen it somewhere. Maybe I'm not really sure, but we're locked in with Infamous Tex with Hustletown and Jessica Jeans. We just met her at an event. She's really dope. They've both been really supportive of. And when I met her, she's like, "Oh, I've been wanting to meet you guys." Like it was that type of thing. They had like a thing at the Pub North concert. Is it Concert Pub North?
Yeah, I know.
It's like close by here, actually, not
Yeah,
far. They had a crawfish thing, and they had a peso, and I think Mexican OT came out, and they had a women's empowerment thing too. That was dope. So many talented Latina, Hispanic, Black, white women that is just motivating to see because the women are coming up, man. Like
I see that.
that whole the artist, that's it's dope. A lot of business women, doing their thing, so that's dope to really see. But yeah, we hope to do more with them. I just met Yams from DJ from 97.9 as well. I just met him. We did the Teddy Tuesday show with Boosie. And we were able to ask him a question, and we asked him about the videos on my page. We asked him if he was interested in any Hispanic or Mexican artists, and he told me he was like, man, he's like, I was just talking to my people about signing a Mexican rapper, and everybody went crazy. It was like, oh, like damn,
yeah.
And I was like, man, I got some guys I can send you their music, and I met them after the show, and him and one of his people, we exchanged numbers, and so yeah, we just show love to some people we feel that have a chance to get to that next level. Yeah, for sure.
So you're not gonna. So you with your the people that you got rapping this and them. So y'all trying to get a record label. How you think you're gonna go about that, or you just like, man, I ain't gonna really mess with it. This is now.
So I've always been. That's how this thing started. I started off managing, quote unquote. I didn't know what I was doing, but
right.
RIP to the late great Big Jerb. He was an artist out of the North Side, Denver Harbor area. That's how we started this. I asked if I could manage him. He's like, okay, but I had no idea what I was doing. But I had seen, I was a very studious person of the game. Like I grew up watching the Russell Simmons, Dame Dashes,
and all that, right.
Puff Daddies, and all these guys. How they just, and I was always fascinated by it. So. And then that's how I came up with the name. It just came to me one day. It just was like, them like I pictured an old white woman saying, them Mexicans, and I told Jerb, and he created the logo. And it was a rap since then, and then when he left, we had a group of guys that was rapping. So we did shows in San Antonio, here in Houston. It was going good, but sometimes egos and people not taking it as serious as you want them to. That's why we fell apart. And that's when I meant earlier that I was dependent on them to carry the brand. Because I was like, I don't rap, I don't sing, I don't make beats, I don't do artwork, I just got the game plan. I just got in my mind, I got it the way I want it to go, or how I think it should go in my mind. And now I've turned it around and it's worked for me, so we my buddy, my bro Zach and I have talked about, like, man, I want to start a record label, and he's really knowledgeable in music. So is my guy hardcore rap back in the day. There's videos of him on YouTube with Bun B's filming him rapping.
Right.
He used to open up for Bun B a lot back in the day.
Right.
Adrian Angelo's another guy. He's been in the game 20 plus years rapping. So he was around when CDs were, being sold,
right,
and then now, so he knows a lot about like the stage presence, the.
So is it some Mexicans record labels?
I mean, Dope House is still around. That I know Dope House is still around. I don't know if they have anybody like new though, like and like because all the guys that's still kind of doing those shows were guys that were there when SPM was
Right,
still
right,
there,
right,
like,
right,
like
right.
the Juan Gotti's, the Low G's,
Right,
and I
right,
don't even know if they're actually signed still to that label. To be honest,
right.
man, I don't I know City Blast Records. Those are some good friends, some good friends
Right,
of mine.
right.
They're local group. They
Hmm.
performed at every one of my events.
So would it be the best like?
Man, that's a good question.
So the best of like Hispanic, they're trying to really get in, and it ain't no record labels it is now. So what's the next move could they do if it really ain't no
You
record
gotta do
labels
it
is now?
yourself. You gotta
Yeah,
kind of
you
just
gotta
do it
yeah.
yourself. You gotta just kind of like, tighten them britches up, man, and,
That's
and,
what
and
try
get
to
out
ride.
there and get out there and get it. Because no one's gonna give it. One thing I've learned is no one's gonna give it to you. And then
Right.
you being Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, whatever, even less are you gonna get it. Because it's we don't really have aside from Mexican OT, Peso, Dome Man, people like that, Baby Bash,
Right.
King Little G on the West Coast. There's not too many that's really just you know big time on that level. So everybody's still trying to fight to get, I guess, accepted by the hip hop rap community. So it's better. But it's a lot of us that if we really just support each other, we can just create our own lane and our own avenue, and we don't really need acceptance.
Everybody gonna win.
Yeah,
Man. Everybody kick together. Let's get it together.
And that's the thing. That's the hardest part.
Let's get the circle together. This is now we ain't gotta worry about nobody else. We all gonna eat together.
That answer is so easy, and so it's like the obvious answer is the unity thing, and yet we can't get it. It's hard. Like we got a good little thing going with us, so we're hoping that we can, pioneer that and bring that change, and really like once people get to know me and meet me, like this guy's got really he's really good. It's because it's hard to trust because even the guys that were at other record labels, like I've saw interviews with some of the artists from Dope House, and they're talking about their old money still. So it's like it's hard to trust because you hear stories like that. You're like, well, I don't want to sign to them. I want to go to Swisher House or Rap a lot, and it's like, but they're not really signing artists either. So
it ain't high good.
It ain't like it used to be.
Yeah, I would definitely say that it ain't how people used to be, and people that's messing over people. This is now everybody be scared anyway to do a lot of stuff business with anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you feel like you trying to do your record label, you might well try to ride with it and do what you got to do with it, man.
Yeah, more than likely that's the avenue that we're going in. My management services have been requested a lot lately, and although I've said no to some in the past, I just told a couple of them recently that I might be coming out of retirement to do that. Although it's hard because I'm still trying to run a brand that has a talk show, that does an event, that does a toy drive. But man, I can't complain. This is the life that I want. This is the life that I love. It's tiring. It's exhausting. It can be a pain in the ass a lot because you got to deal with multiple personalities and different people. But I wouldn't trade it, man. I'd rather do this than go work a 9 to 5 where I'm probably miserable and I don't want to be there. The pay might be good, but if I'm unhappy and my mental is messed up, it ain't worth it, man.
That's good, man. That's good, man. And you said y'all got this one in September. Got something going on. Well, you don't know the location. You don't know the location.
I know the location. Yeah. I need to get that ASAP. Actually, I plan on having a 2-day event, Friday, Saturday, which I've never done before. So this is me experimenting. The first night would be live bands.
Okay.
Yeah. I've already got a few in mind that I reached out to, and they were like, yeah, I was actually going to bring one down from, like, the Chicago area. They're called Los Bad Hombres. Trill Mob, I think it's like a collab thing where they rap rock. The dude actually raps, but it's rock. It's a band playing rock music. It's actually very dope. But it's just, they just told me not too long ago that they were booked for that weekend. And I was like, damn. And it's like, it's okay, because I didn't know if I could afford to fly, to bring them, fly them down or pay for them to come down. Because with a band, you got to, it's the equipment plus the people in the band and where they're staying at. And it's just a lot that goes into it. But I think it would have been worth it. But unfortunately the schedules didn't align, so it's all good. Everything happened for a reason.
That's right. That's right.
So,
That's right. And what else you got going on? That's all you probably got going
yeah, and
on
then the
this
toy
year.
drive, and if anything else comes up, then yeah, but as of now, scheduled, that's pretty much it, man. And just continuing to focus on the. I was hoping, and I'm hoping, and more than likely we are, and I'm lying, I totally forgot about that. But we're actually shooting a mini movie for the clothing brand and the website.
Okay. Okay.
So that's coming pretty soon. Putting the final touches on who's gonna be in it and that type of thing. It's gonna be maybe like a 2 minute, 3 minute, quote unquote commercial, but it's gonna be real cinematic, very, very movie like.
So what that's gonna be? I mean, like, how that's gonna be?
We're gonna film it ourselves,
Y'all gonna film yourself?
directed ourselves, and put it out. And eventually, we're jumping into the film and comedy skits and even comedy. We just had a comedian friend of mine, Ricky Rivera, on the talk show last week. He's an upcoming comedian. He's in the same boat. He's like, man, I couldn't get no shows on some of these places, so we just created our own thing. Comedians, they got their own plays, they do their own comedy show. And I went to see that. That's how I met him. I saw him on Instagram, thought he was funny. I said, man, wife and I went to go see him in person. Said, this dude's funny.
Where that's located at? Where that's located at, do you think?
They just got a new spot, and he told me, but I honestly forgot, because they were in Midtown, and I want to say they might still be somewhat in that same area. I'd have to look that up, but
when you go out, when y'all step out, you record everything.
We try to.
When you go out and everything, this is now to record everything.
We try to, because we try to kind of just have enough content. We can just keep putting on the YouTube.
Right.
We try to, especially if it's something big.
Right.
We definitely want to try to get footage on that. Especially when we go out of town. We definitely want that. What else? Yeah.
So what's the best?
The toy drive. We have a recap of the toy drive on our page. Where you can see
everything.
Everything that went on, who was there, kind of thing. Some of the artists. So yeah, it was cool.
So what's the best? From you just starting that get people to learn how to get back? What both of us doing? Me just starting and you doing. What was the best to help somebody or show them they moves to make? To try to get their stuff going on. This is now.
I always say never be afraid to ask questions, man. Like if it's something that you see that I'm doing that you kind of like, man, I want to do that. How do I? But you don't know how to go about it. Like, man, ask. I'm the same. Because I'll ask somebody else. Like, yo, how do I want to learn? I want it like this, or I want to do this. What like with the toy drive? We had never did a toy drive, but
yeah.
My buddy Johnny Dangerous and Houston's own MC, the guy was the rapper, they had a toy drive a couple years ago. That's how I started, because Houston's own asked me to come be a part of the toy drive. He said, man, come sell your shirts. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I showed up, set up a table, sold shirts, and I was like, yo, I want to do this. But the next year they did it. I didn't want to do mine and step on their toes. So then last year I asked them, yo, are y'all having a toy drive this year? Nah, we ain't gonna do it. I said, okay, because I'm doing one. I said, man, let us know what you need. We'll, whatever, we'll bring toys, whatever. Yeah, cool. He came and performed. I think Johnny sent his truck club, and they pulled up with toys. So they were very supportive in that. And like I said, the last thing I want to do is step on somebody's toe. That's why I asked first. Because if they were doing one, I would have just sat out and helped them, actually. But, fortunately for me, they didn't have one, so I stepped in and kind of filled that gap. And now it's like, I'm not stopping. We're going to keep giving back. We're going to keep doing what we're doing and blessing the not just the youth, but the homeless, the people that are in need. We did so much that we don't even publicize, man. We don't put it on camera. We don't put it on film. Like, matter of fact, I don't even want nobody to even know we did that. I'm just saying that because, a lot of people, not that there's anything wrong with that, because some people, I know my boy Marty always says, he's like, nah, people got to see that sometimes. Like, nah. And I agree. I agree to a certain extent, But I know it's hard, so I know he's not doing it so that people could say, oh, he's a saint, It's just one of them, like, nah, he's just really a good guy, man, and so.
So if a person could to help y'all a lot towards the toy drive, or y'all helping out the homeless people. This is now one, so anybody could just pull up or you post it on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll just go from there. Where this is now, right?
Yeah, like if you want to be like a vendor or an artist on that day, like reach out. Not 9 times out of 10, I never. I normally ask who I want already, because if I post that we're looking for artists, it'd be too much.
It'd be too much.
Because even when I post who's performing, I'll still have people like, "Hey, how do I get on?" I'm like, "Man, I'm already booked. Like, I had too many." So
I hate turning down people. How many you be having by like what, about 10 or 15?
It depends. As each event goes by, I try to actually go less with it, because I try to stay away from doing the 20 rappers type thing. But a lot of people do events and they'll book it with 20 artists, but nobody's in the crowd but other artists. Like I try to have like a crowd there. For the toy drive, yeah, I try to bring different groups too. I had more R&B type singers. I had people that sang, young ladies that sang, or women that rap. The aggressive rap, I don't, not for the toy drive. I can't have you talking about shooting the ops.
Right.
We got kids in the building. The kids running around and you're shooting the blicky at the ops. Like, nah, I can't have that, man. It's cool. I love it. Don't get me wrong, because I love that aggressive music, but not for that.
Not for that part, right, right.
But as far as like donating toys, yeah, man, you can just pull up, man, and do that. Or if you want a bigger role in that, then just reach out and we'll figure something out, because we don't mind partnering with people,
Right.
Whether it's Hispanic, Mexican, whatever you want to call it, but I would like to have more of the black community involved and white people, just so it can be like, man, look, we're a diverse group, but we're all coming together for the same reason. Because let's be honest, you go to some toy drives, it's all black. You go to some, it's all Mexican, or it's all white. Like, you rarely see like a mix of communities coming together and cultures coming together for one common purpose. It's like, why not though? I don't get it. Like,
right, yeah. Because I want to get into that whenever that you feel like that you doing.
Yeah,
I want to get into that, because some days, me and my goddad, my wife and them, some days I go downtown and I just buy by like about 20 or 30s, and, blankets of this now. But I feel like I want to do more, especially in my neighborhood, because just like I was on the phone with one of my homeboys yesterday. It was the holidays anyway.
Yeah.
And he told me, man, the neighborhood, man, all the kids out there, just bring your camera, but I just can't just go over there this and that when I was with my kids and the wife. Yeah. So I just ain't doing this now. But that's what I tell them. I'm finna just try to bring it back towards my neighborhood on the south side. And you know what I'm saying? Let's go one weekend or once out of a month, go to the neighborhood, let's give some of these kids or go get them some of this and that, and try to help in with everybody on that side too, though.
See, we did talk about this, man. Shout out to homie Mexican Connected. She's from California. She played soccer at TSU. She was on the talk show in the beginning. But about a year or two ago, we talked about doing a basketball tournament for the community. And I was with it because I grew up playing sports. Baseball, basketball. Growing up, you did all the sports. It didn't have to be organized. You can go to the park and just shoot and play ball. You get together with your friends. Let's go play football. All right, cool. So I was with that, and it was in my hood right there in the north side at Moody Park. We were gonna do it at. So, man, and I hate that kind of got away, but I do want to do that. But I had a different take on it. I kind of was like, maybe all day, every day can sponsor a group of kids. Y'all would have jerseys with your logo on it. This is team all day, every day. I'd have team Damn Mexicans.
Yeah, let's do that.
So would have team Urban Goods. Right. And I really got that from them in New York, at the Rucker.
I be seeing that, yeah.
Jay-Z they had Rockefeller, Big Pun and them had Fat Joe and them had Terror Squad.
Yeah, and all that, right.
All the labels had, their teams, and they let their guys go hoop and go play. So, but it'd be a way for us to invest in the youth. Like, we pay whatever it is, get the jerseys done. We got people that can do all that. I'm sure you got somebody can do that.
Yeah.
Do like a 3-on-3 tournament. Sign up 10 teams, break it down. We got the park.
And have the kids have a little jumping out there for the kids or something. This is now.
We get our DJ to come spin some records. We can have vendors set up. They can be selling their food. There'll be food on, food for sale, drinks. and then we could chop it up with them, man. Give trophies to the whoever wins, things like that, and it's a good way. See, this is how everybody wins because them kids are wearing your logo. Them kids are wearing mine. They see our stuff. We take pictures. It's something that we're giving back. And they remember that because I remember it when I was growing. When people did it for me, right. I remember it.
Right.
So it's just that's like another form of giving back, and you want to invest in the youth because a lot of times they don't even go out there and play sports no more. Right, they're too busy on the
play and this and that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like something like that, I think would be dope. But because we, my cousins and I used to be in them 3-on-3 hoop it up tournaments back in the day. We actually would travel. We'd go to Austin, Dallas, San Antonio.
I remember them.
And so that gave me that idea of doing that, and I was like, yeah, I still want to do it. I got the park and everything. My boys actually like over the city of Houston Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, I got one right there too. In my right from Martin Luther King. This now they're the same.
And I talked to him about it. He goes, bro. He goes, I want to get you on the team, and so that you could pitch this idea, and they'll be more than supportive, And we don't even have to pay for security. Like I know a lot of HPD guys or a lot of officers that I think would donate. Man, just give me an hour or two, bro.
Yeah.
Or they might not just charge full price. Even if it's man, help me out. Just let me know what you'll charge me to do. Give me an hour or two, and then we can have a rotate. I
got a couple of them myself too, though. So
and we could do one on the north, then we could come do one on the south. Yeah, it just or maybe. We do one on your end, we do one on the north side, and then the two winners will come play each other for like the big trophy, something like that.
Man, we could link it up.
Yeah. Now let's do it, man. I'm with it, man. I got a lot of companies and brands, small businesses that would love to be a part of this and sponsor. Yeah, they'll sponsor the trophies. Matter of fact, speaking of sponsors, I'm linked in with DJ 2 Deep, Cuban Diva, I think, and I can't remember who else is in the group, but we're putting together something for MC Wicked Cricket, in memory of him.
Right.
It's an awards thing that we got June 21st that's coming out. So.
Yeah, his kids from my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, from my neighborhood. This is now off Selinsky side that way.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
And then my uncle, Muddy, you probably met Mud before with a wheelchair.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah.
He got passed away by about 4 or 5 months.
No, I'm thinking I might have met him though. That sounds so familiar.
Mud, yeah,
he had a wheelchair thing. I remember. Okay.
Him with Crooked, they was just like close like that. This is now, yeah.
Yeah, that's he was definitely a pioneer in Houston, man. Did a lot that people don't know about,
he did a lot, especially all the clubs.
Yeah, I remember hearing his name on the radio all the time and wondering who he was. So my boy 2 Deep, he's the DJ at Mr. A's Hood Night on Northside. Yeah. And he's been doing that forever, man. And I've known him since I used to work at Soundwaves. That's how we met. So we've been locked in. We're steady, still trying to find a way to kind of like the black and brown movement. That's why I am involved in this to bring awareness to just everything in Houston, man. It's, he always has this thing called One Houston, like trying to unite everybody, and that's the way it should be. Like we're already like a big city as far as like people that want to come. Man, I have people all the time telling me, man, I want to come to Houston and do this and do that, and this is people from Austin, from Dallas. They want to come down and do stuff here because they know this is where it's at. But yeah, man, to be able to unite, and then if black and brown unite, shit, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's rap, man.
Yeah,
man, I want to thank you for coming out here, man. For real, for helping me out, man. And telling me everything what going on. Yeah, we're gonna have to link up and do something though, man.
Nah, thank you, man.
I appreciate
problem,
it.
Man. Yeah, well, I want to do that basketball thing. Especially,
man, you're always welcome now, man. Especially when your boy come back here. I'm gonna hit both of y'all to come over here, man.
Yeah,
talk,
for sure,
man.
For
talk
sure.
for the show, man.
Yeah.